Basement of La Penta. This is WICR.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Wall. Jersey Joe and Big Shot Rob rolling along with today's show. And we kind of hit a lot on the Colts and the Jets, the Monday night game, the last segment. But I kind of want to stay with it for a minute, Rob, because I forgot to address this. Chuck Pagano. I don't know if there's a coach on a hotter seat than him right now, especially with the. I mean, because let's remember, there's a lot of people who had the Colts penciled in as AFC Super Bowl favorites. Now, I mean, right now, clearly, it's not looking like that's the case. But then we also look at things, and I think when you look at it, for me, now this is just what I think, Rob, but you tell me. I don't think the Colts. I think when they were at their best, it was Andrew Luck's rookie year when Bruce Arians was still there. I don't think, and again, I like Pagano a lot. I think Pagano is a great guy. His story is phenomenal. But I just don't think he's that good enough of a head coach for this team.
Oh, Joe, I agree with you. Bruce Arians is phenomenal. We look at the year he took over, Joe, and it was just an energy changer. You know, everybody goes negative because Chuck had cancer at the time. He had to take his time to leave. And Bruce Arians comes and just switched the whole momentum for the Colts, leads them to the playoffs, they end up losing. But Bruce Arians is a phenomenal coach. Look at what he's done in Arizona. I mean, yeah, we'll give him the defense. Todd Bowles built that defense for him. He had a phenomenal defense. But the guy is just positive and knows how to work with players, knows how to change the game around. And, I mean, he's just a great coach.
No, he absolutely is. And it's difficult because it's not all on him, because this is a roster that just I don't think is in position. I didn't think at the start of the season it was in position, and that's one of the biggest things I think people made a mistake about. Bringing in an Andre Johnson, bringing in a Frank Gore. Look, they've been great players over their career, but this is a Colts team that needs to be getting younger. You can't be building huge, important roles with those older players. But that's enough on the Colts for. We'll go more into the Week 2 matchups. Now, Rob, I was at MetLife Stadium covering the game, so I didn't get as close a look into all the games as I normally would on Sunday, since I was really locked into that one. But there were a lot of surprises. To me, I think the biggest one was the Saints losing at home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, again, it always goes back to that old adage. You're never as good as you look in Week 1, and you're never as bad as you look, because I don't know if there's anybody, especially in elimination pools, who wouldn't have taken the Saints over the Bucs in their elimination pool.
Yeah, this game, Joe, very, very surprising. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of reporters today. They're talking about, the Saints losing to the Bucs. Now, is the loss of Jimmy Graham the biggest cost of that? Has Drew Brees built his offense around that the last couple years now? Now he's changing where he has to rely for a running game with Mark Ingram. He has to get the ball through Brandon Cooks. And they're definitely saying that Jimmy Graham is the biggest factor. With the loss of him has really changed the whole dynamics with this team.
And it just seems like the Saints have been trending down for a long time now. It really does. I mean, I think you're 100% right. We know how Drew Brees felt about when Jimmy Graham was gone. They got traded away. He was not a happy camper. And I just think the Saints have been trending down for a while now. And I think clearly that's kind of the case, what we've seen so far in the first 2 weeks. They are definitely going down. And again, it's hard to really get a great feel for every team until that week 3 has passed. But again, you're starting to kind of see the molding of who people are, and I think that's certainly one of them. And then we got kind of move along a little bit. At the end of the day, there's just so many other things. The Patriots, right now, Rob. I mean, my thought was this: Buffalo is always a tough place to play. It's always a place that the Patriots are going to have to fight and claw their way to. And the scoreboard says 40-32, but if you look at that game closely, it was not close at all. It was all Patriots all day. I still think the Patriots have a lot of holes, but I look at what Tom Brady is doing right now, and I just think he's a man playing obsessed. He is obsessed with proving a point to all of us. Me too, I killed him with all that Deflategate stuff. He's out on a mission to just prove us all wrong. And I think that's a scary thing for a guy like Tom Brady, who uses motivation the way that he does.
Oh, most definitely. He's just out on a vengeance, Joe. After Goodell suspended him and then it got called off, he's just proving a point right now that he's coming out. I'm going to show you guys what I could do. First of all, we look at him, Joe. Age is just a number for Tom Brady. even at his older age, I believe he's 37 years old now at this point, Tom has thrown about 7 touchdowns so far this season, and the guy just has an arm. We look at Rob Gronkowski. He hits him every single time. Probably one of the best tight ends who's going to play in the NFL. But Tom Brady, just terrific quarterback. Still a jet killer.
Oh, there's no question about it. And no, but that's going to make this rivalry with the two of them so much fun this year because that Jets defense is ridiculously talented. And now they finally have a competent offense that can back it up. That rivalry, man, it's got a renewed interest for sure around the league. Then we continue to move on a little bit. And there was a lot of disappointment in some shockers. The Oakland Raiders was not one of them. For me, it wasn't. And I'll tell you why. You look at the Ravens in the road that they have to start the season, an East Coast team going on the road the first 2 weeks for long road trips on the West Coast. That's difficult. I mean, you're playing Denver week 1, and then you've got to go back to the West Coast, early game. You're not used to it in week 2 for the Raiders. Now, obviously, it's not inconceivable for the Ravens to bounce back, and most certainly they will. But that's not the hole you want to be in to start the season ever.
Oh, no, you don't want to be, especially the Ravens. We've looked, Joe, so far this year with the loss of Terrell Suggs for them. He's out all year. That's a huge killer. But this Raiders team really surprised me. I mean, I had high expectations for them coming in. Derek Carr had an awesome rookie year, led all rookies in yards last year. And now we look at it. He has Michael McCrabtree this year. He has Amari Cooper. So I kind of expected this one to come any day because Michael McCrabtree was very underrated with the San Francisco 49ers. Wasn't utilized properly. Colin Kaepernick only focused on the running game, or he focused on one receiver, Anquan Bolden, all the time. Never really spread the ball around. Now you have Derek Carr, who's not only he's a great quarterback, he's going to spread the ball around. They have a decent running game. And this Raiders team, watch out. They're not going to the playoffs, but they're going to be decent.
I think for sure. I mean, look, Jack Del Rio being there as the head coach is the first biggest step. You've got a firm guy who's going to not take nonsense from anybody. I think that's clearly the right thing there. Before we cut this segment off at the end, Rob, I want to go back to the NFC East because right now, I think there's so many different opinions on what's going on, who's going to come out of the NFC East. Right now, obviously, the Cowboys are the favorites. They're 2-0, but Tony Romo, we know, is going to miss a significant amount of time, 8 to 10 weeks most likely. Des Bryant is out for a significant amount of time. DeMarco Murray departed in the offseason, so you're going to be without, I mean, obviously you were going into the season without DeMarco Murray, but you're without your top 2 playmakers for 8 to 10 weeks. Now, I know how good the Cowboys' offensive line is. I know that Brandon Whedon's comfortable in that system. But, Rob, are the Cowboys going to be okay? I don't know. It's hard to imagine with all those losses.
And did you hear about the other blow today?
I did not.
There's uncertainty if Jason Witten's going to be able to play this Sunday versus the Falcons.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I don't know who Brandon Whedon will be throwing the ball to. They are in...
Throw it to himself for everything else he's got. God.
And not only that, Joe, they reached out to quarterbacks like Matt Flynn. They're trying to sign another quarterback where we're noticing there's no trust right now in Brandon Whedon, even though he went 7 for 7 with a touchdown on Sunday. But this Cowboys team going down the stretch, it's going to be a bad year. We saw it in Jerry Jones' face when he saw Romo go down. He watched it as his whole season collapsed. First of all, the loss to Des Bryant, it first came out 8 weeks. Now doctors are saying 10 to 12. You lose him right off the back. That's Dallas's total offense right there. And, I mean, now the loss of Romo, it's just so sad because Romo, the blows he's taken the last couple of years, always getting hurt, first of all, versus Philly. He's had the broken collarbone, he's had the back injury, but just such a killer for him. Such a great quarterback that always has to face problems like this.
No, I agree with you. It's really disappointing because he's been a stellar guy on and off the field. I really like him, but it's a difficult thing. And you look at the rest of the teams in the NFC East, and look, they got to be hopping on these opportunities now. I mean, you look at the Eagles; they've shown the ability that you should have no trust in them right now. The Giants have shown that they can't close out games. Who knows with the Redskins with what they have going on there? It's amazing because it's such an opportunity for one of these teams. It's just going to be who's going to step up. I don't know. I'm with you. I think Dallas is just has too many big holes to overcome. Again, I've heard a lot of people trying to defend them. Say it out loud. You're missing your quarterback. Mm-hmm. You're missing your best wide receiver. You're missing your 2 best players. That doesn't bode well for you. the Eagles are a complete mess right now. I mean, Kiko Alonso is out for the year. That defense has not shown enough. You can't get a steady running game going, and you know how big a Chip Kelly supporter I have been throughout his career. But right now, it's just not working out for Chip. And look, you would think the Giants have a chance. It's just they can't finish games. If they win this game on Thursday and they start to gain the composure, who knows? Even the Giants could come out of this division.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. This division, Joe, you don't know what could happen. I honestly, right now, after all that's gone through, I have the Giants winning it.
I want to go with them, too. I really do. I think you look today. Let's look to Thursday. If the Giants come out on Thursday, they're composed, they come out there, they execute, I think you can go with them. I do. The Eagles, I don't have the faith. The Cowboys are going to be a mess right now, and then the Redskins. Who knows what to expect from them? But again, we do need to wait to see what happens there.
What do you expect now for wins in this division, though? Do you expect the team to win 8 or 9 games? Because I'm thinking 7 or 6 at this moment.
That
with how bad
is the funny
they look.
thing, Rob. I was doing a show with Mike Demergis, who runs the show, and he said, "Look, I think 7 and 9 could win this division." You just agreed. I'm with you. 7 and 9 might be able to. It's amazing right now, but I mean it's interesting, but at the same time you don't want it to be like that because you want the best players to be on the field. You want the best players to be executing because sports is entertainment. That is why we watch, and unfortunately some of the big players are hurt right now, but my goodness, the NFC East right now, it is just up for grabs, and I think that's what the story has been. That's what the story will continue to be, and it's going to be fun to see how it comes out. But for today's episode of the Sports Vault, cut a little bit short. We had a couple things to take care of, but we did get them taken care of. We will be back next week, starting on time. I promise about that one. Until then, though, Big Shot Rob, Jersey Joe Archino, we will be back next time, folks.